Yo, what's going on? I'm back, and we got something pretty epic happening today. Yo, sheesh! The Chem Nerd with a sub. Thank you so much. Sorry for kicking you out of my office earlier, but you know, it's my spot. Wow, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Really appreciate that. Hope you're having a good Sunday. I'm live today with quite a special broadcast. I am going to be covering the Brazilian Premier League, Catan Premier League, for the first time. It's an honor for me to be involved, and really looking forward to seeing how this goes down. So I will be covering a massive match between four of the top-ranked Brazilian players in the world and also in this specific league. All of them are playing for potential semi-finals or final spots. And this is going to have huge playoff implications for their format, which is going to result in a seeded Swiss system that's going to happen in the next round. So that's where this game is going to take us. So we will be seeing, get out of the barnyard. We will be watching today two-time and the reigning Brazilian national champion Shanks Felipe Maranhão taking on Brazilian semi-finalist and current Premier League semi-finalist in the King of Catan Premier League, which is Israel or Bruno Gomez, I believe. And yes, indeed, he is Bruno Gomez. Adding to that, we have Caio Caminari, who is going to Worlds next year. He was actually the runner-up and historically one of the best performing players in Brazilian national history. He went undefeated in qualifiers. He was the top seed in 2022, then ended up going 3-39 in the second appearance in 2023, and then this year he ended up coming second in the actual finals overall, so he's going to Worlds, which is going to be very cool. So he's going with Shanks, with Felipe, and finally we have Pedro Rios, I believe, who is going to be he's a Division 1 player, and I hear that he is big on analyzing the game, and he's been compared to Swood from the notes that I've been given by Shanks here. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Now, just before we get into this game, let me show you what the standings do look like. So there's just a few famous names on here. One of them you might recognize, Thiago Cato, who was in that historic semi-final with Boateng and Eric Freeman once upon a time. And K20, of course, if you know, you know. Legends of the game, and Thiago having a rough season, but he's also historically an absolutely terrifying performer. He's so good and really consistent in real life. So currently, who we will be watching today, this is going to be the 4th seed Pedro Rios, the 5th seed Felipe Maranhão, the 11th seed Bruno Gomez, and the 12th seed Kyle Tommy. So all of them clearly have something to play for here. Getting a second win for either of these guys would be massive going into seeded Swiss, and Felipe and Pedro could secure a spot in the finals, but it's definitely close. I mean, it could go any direction here. So, without further ado, we are going to... I can't actually copy this. We are going to get into this game. I hope they are ready to start. I suppose they are. Now, I don't speak any Spanish, Portuguese, my bad. I don't speak any Portuguese. So I've brought in an absolutely legendary player, also from this league. So you already know he's a great Catan player, and he is around in the Discord scene as well a bit. I think he is actually, yeah, he is in Division 1 in Champs. This is Rafael Pacitti. I don't want to say it wrong. I'm going to have to ask him how to pronounce it when I see him. But he will be joining me in the booth and doing some back and forth translation between the players, helping me because I do not speak any Portuguese and it is very difficult for me. Yeah. All right, so let me get him on call here. All right. I'm gonna ask him to introduce himself as I bring him on here. Yes. Brazilian Storm, let's go. Hello. Yes. Are you part of the Brazilian Storm? Hello? Hello, hello? Kaio Wasem? Ah, I saw you on the... can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. I can now also hear you.
Yeah, great.
Great. Awesome.
Yeah, I am on the league, but I have no victory, so I still have chance for playoffs, but the odds are not good.
Okay. And could you just introduce yourself briefly for the streamings? I didn't want to get your name wrong.
Okay, my name
yes.
is Rafael Pacici. The correct pronounce in Italian, I think, is Paciti, but
Yeah.
I'm not Italian, so Pacici we say Pacici here in Brazil.
Okay.
Yes, I used to play in Catan Universe, like in 2020, 21. I played the online Catan World Championship in 2021. And since then, I did not play any championships or any kind of tournament. Then recently, I met with Shanks and the Catan Universe Discord. The Digital Championship Catan Discord. And he invited me to the leagues, and I played the D2 last month, October.
Okay.
And I'm playing D1.
Yeah, instant promotion. Very nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, I hope hopefully we can get some games in then. I'll be playing some Division 1 this month for sure.
Nice. Hope
Fantastic. So. Yes. All right. So we have a board, and I'll be looking at that for a minute. But you know these players a lot better than I do. I did get some notes from Shanks, but you know when you see these players all in the same game playing against each other, what comes to mind for you? Is there something that is interesting about these guys playing together the way that they are?
Yeah, all the four players are fantastic players. You know, they are really the top of Brazilian players. Shanks is doing a fantastic job in gathering Brazilian players and promoting a competitive Catan. So he and Bruno, they are, I can say they are ambassadors.
Yes, definitely. I've learned a lot about Brazilian Catan from knowing Felipe and Bruno. Yeah.
Yeah, Caio and Luki, I know a little less. Luke plays on D1 also, so you guys must already played with him.
Okay.
Caio is, I think he's on the World Championship.
Yes.
Already.
Yes.
And he doesn't play the champs.
Yeah.
I think he started now, so
okay.
He will soon be in D1 too.
Let's go. Great. Yeah, so Kaio Wasem in the chat saying, am I saying that right?
Yes.
Wasem?
Yes. What Caio just brought here is one point that is really nice on this league. All the players are very friendly, and we are everyone learning and studying Catan, and that's a great ambience, a great place to play. You know, there is no much disaffections. There is none. at least that I know. And
Yeah.
that's a great community we are building.
Yeah, I'm enjoying learning about it.
Every game we play, we really have fun also. So that is really nice.
Fantastic. Yeah, I was very excited to hear about this league being created, and I hope that we can continue to provide you a great platform and keep to offer the players value. So it's been very exciting seeing this first event happen. More games, yeah, it's great. So I know that we do have an interesting meeting here between Felipe Shanks and Kaio Kaminari. Since they were just the first and second places at this recent national championship, they will both be going to Worlds together. And it's a good opportunity for them to practice if the worst thing happens and they end up having to play in the same semi-final or something, or qualifier. Maybe they'll have to figure out some tactics for how to play against each other. Who knows?
Yes. Shanks is a very strong player, even when sorry.
No
even
problem.
when the setup is not very, very favorable for his position, and he has a great table talk. So as long as the game duration extend, so the longer the game, the greater are his odds.
Yeah, I think so. So I'm seeing here, so Kaio has actually made his first placement, and it's an interesting board. There's really only one good or tile, it's this 5. So he's taking the 8-5-10, so much wheat on this board, and the wheat port seems really strong. So good ore, good wheat, good brick, and Shanks, Felipe really takes I think the perfect second pick here, 695, incredibly strong. Again, taking this big ore, nice sheep port, some good wood, the best wood in the game. Do we have another commentator joining us in the booth? Could do I would be happy to turn into a Brazilian stream. I need to learn anyway. How do you get involved in competitive Catan? Online? Jump into this Discord and I can help you out. Right now during the stream it's a little difficult for me to get into it too much. But sorry, you are on the Discord. I'll message you. Okay, so 695 happens, 8-5-10 happens from Luke, which is a logical pick. I think this makes perfect sense. Now, fourth is not that easy. This is actually a very easy, kind of first, second, third picks. Third, not so much. What do you think you could take here, Rafa? What do you like in fourth?
Sorry, I was joining the voice chat.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to disturb any operations. I can keep talking forever. Trust me.
No, just trying to get some information over there. I come back in a sec.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. 8-5-10 down, maybe. Yeah, I think I like that woodport a lot, actually. Yeah. Oh, I can still hear you though, Rafa. Yeah. Okay. So I am liking something on this ore, but I'm not really sure how to make it work. I mean, do you go like 11-5 for 8-4-3? Doesn't seem really very good. It's super gross. It's interesting also the 6-9-2 existing, adding a touch of sheep. But yeah, I mean, if Shanks gets the 6-9-4, the game is over. I would say definitively. So you got to kind of play around that. I don't think that 6-9-4 gets picked here by red if there's potentially 6-3-11 with sheep ore, which is a great combo, and you probably, I mean, you can attempt to play for the 6-11-12. 692 843. Yeah, that's an option for the sheep board, for the wheat board. It's pretty intensive. You effectively don't make anything that isn't wheat, which is a little bit of a tough sell for me. It's difficult. Yeah, I think you could 843 5411. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think this is. I was looking to see if the brick port can be leveraged here. This is not a bad setup. So what's the updates, Rafa? What's going on?
Yeah, they're arguing about the places that I didn't catch any great information on. Sorry.
Okay.
But I had a look on the board, and I like the 8843 trying to steal the wheat part. You know, 843 up in the board, then 843.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. Wow.
It's kind of aggressive, but I think
this is a good position. Lots of production.
Yeah, you have coordinated force and you have double eights, so you are actually unblockable if you take the part.
Yeah, that's true. It's pretty fun. But now we do have, so Bruno's gone for something completely different here. He has taken a nice production setup, and I think Bruno is hoping to get the 10, 9, 11. I'm not sure if he will get it though. I think Felipe really likes to take the 10, 9, 11 here. Good brick, more ore, good wheat. I don't know. It seems like a lot of good options remaining for the 695 pick. It's so strong. I think Felipe, just off the bat, I think Felipe has amazing chances in this game just for having the 695 and guaranteed brick wheat.
Yeah. Yeah, he will have the brick. Anyways.
Yeah. It looks like a tough game. 1911 over April 3? Yeah, me too. I think 1911 is really strong. You get coordinated 9s, yes. You get a bit of extra ore, exactly. But they're both really strong. They are both really strong. Now in this position, Luke has some options. You can take the A5 for 11, which is not bad at all. Or is good. Or is definitely strong. Okay. All right.
I think Shanks wants the 843.
Okay. Which one?
Like side by side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he's deceiving Luke of getting this position.
Okay.
He's trying to take the position. Say the position is not good for him.
Okay. I'm sure he is. Interesting. Okay. What do you think? What would you take here in Luke's position? Or is there some discussion going on?
Luke's position. Let us see. I would probably try. No. I would consider the 11-5-4. I know that's not the best pick here because this board is so good, so there's so many production. I think that might be a fast game because of the great production. Desert on the corner on the side. But probably the 843. Aside Shanks, the 843 with the brick.
Yeah.
And pointing to the sheep, the brick part.
Okay.
I would probably pick the settle. And then try to take something from Shanks.
Okay.
Of not pointing to the wheat part. Giving up the wheat part for some premium.
Yeah. Oh, you mean Kyle for the wheat port?
Kyle, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, the yellow one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that definitely could work. I think there's a consideration now, potentially starting with some of the ore in hand could give him an early city. That could be interesting. But he does go for a more consistent wood brick setup. Very nice.
They are discussing the road.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, it's worth considering at least that wheat port could be a really big part of his game. Well, this placement has happened now. I think now Shanks is going to definitely take the 10, 9, 11. Get on this wheat. Get the brick.
10, 9, 11?
Yeah, it seems really strong.
Yeah. Probably.
Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. What a road there. Very interesting. Okay. So potentially racing Bruno here for the 5-4-11. That spot being open is incredibly tempting for Bruno. He's currently playing with no ore and would expand onto the best ore settle in the game and the best road connect in the game. That would be a huge play for him if he could actually get there. Crazy. So now Shank's going to take this. And Kyle, I suppose, will end up taking the 8-4-3 at the top left. Seems like a good setup.
Shanks is considering the 9, 10, 11 and giving the 8-4-3 to Bruno.
To Kyle.
Yeah, to Kyle.
Yeah. You keep forgetting his name.
Yeah.
I'm doing my best to keep track of everyone's names, though. I think I've got it down, though. We're good. Yeah, Shanks, I mean, 10, 9, 11 is just excellent for him. It's so good. You get all 5. I like it a lot. Everyone gets very strong positions here. Unfortunately, there will be a race early for this 5-4-11, so we're going to see some drama there potentially, maybe some steals, some blocks, some trades. Generally, when there is a race in play, that really matters to both players. The trade offers can get pretty crazy. That's something that Shanks and Kyle are going to be able to take advantage of. They can get some huge trade value by leveraging the desperation of each player to get this spot. It's such a massive game changer for both of these guys to get the 11-5-4. They are currently playing with no ore, so that would be a huge deal. The other Kyle in chat, Kyle Wasan, saying before the game, even before knowing the board, I told Kaminari to get a double 8, a port and go all in. Looks like he's doing that. Go big or go home. I see that. That's the plan.
I think. Sorry, I didn't listen. If you did some question, I was listening in the chat, but Shanks is saying he's go to 8-4-3.
Oh wow. Okay, interesting. Yeah, this might be a defensive play against Kyle potentially. Interesting. I mean, there is also another alternative play for Shanks here, which is actually not the 10-9-11, but the 10-9 onto the wood port. And you point left onto the 5. And then you have 5-9-10, 6-9-5, and the 9s are coordinated and the 5s are coordinated, and your city is insane. But it might not happen.
Sorry, I didn't get the alternative pick.
I was saying instead of the 9, 10, 11, just the 10, 9, 1 left of it without the ore.
Okay, the 10-9 and go to the lumber part.
Yeah, exactly. Could give you some real value on that 695 city, just making so much wood. Okay. So Shanks goes for this. So this will work nicely. I mean, having the 3-for-1 port helps a lot with the extra wood he will have, and a bit of extra sheep for the sheep port. What's the word for dog in Portuguese? Oh, he's listening to the voice chat. Dog in Portuguese. Cachorro.
Bruno is threatening solo block Pedro, Lucky,
Okay.
if he comes to his side.
Wow.
Early in the game.
Yeah. So you mean the 11-5-4 or the middle of the board on the left?
The 11-5-4. I think the 11-5-4 really is a game changer.
Yeah, it's so huge for both of them.
Yeah, they know.
So now it's interesting. I mean, Kyle has some options here. I mean, depending on how he places, he can allow a race to happen or avoid it completely. If he takes maybe the 10-3-11 or the 10-9-11, it looks like he will get the wheat port, and I don't know. I'm actually curious to see how he plays this. So I suspect with that position he will make a lot of cities and not much else. An alternative is that he gives Bruno... Yeah?
He says he's picking the 3-10-11.
Okay, yeah. All right.
I think the production is too low. I wouldn't pick it.
Yeah. For that reason, I do like the 10-9-11, just because you can make cities quite quickly.
Yeah.
Make 2 cities, get the wheat port, and then and you're playing the game. There's an alternative, which is the 6-3 at the bottom, the brick port. This is interesting just because of the value that you can give Bruno by not forcing them to race. If Bruno is willing to pay, a huge amount of sheep and potentially brick or wood to leave the 10-9-11 and therefore a road connection, 6-3 could get quite an early settle on the wheat port. You can settle on the 6-2 after that, and you can have 2 doubled wheat rolls and a nice city very quickly with value on the brick roll as well. I wonder, do you think that's something that Kyle would ever do here? Does he like to go very hard out of his way to make deals like this?
She would definitely consider a deal, but I don't think he would ever play the 6-3.
Okay.
I think it's not kind of his game.
Yeah, you need to get a really, really good deal, because this race happening basically means that one of the players ends up with a really difficult game. Whoever loses that race is going to have a really difficult game. Playing Aulus, especially Pedro, especially Luke, has... I mean, if you look at his position, he effectively only makes wood, brick, and wheat. He needs something else.
Yes, definitely.
And in fact, if the 8 doesn't roll, he only makes wood and brick. It's difficult.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so Shank's really, really looking for brick this game. It's going to be really up to the players to decide whether to trade him. So Bruno started with wood, sheep. Okay, so now the 4 has rolled. So Bruno already has a road and 2 sheep in hand. But I think Pedro is Pedro. Wow, Luke is actually exactly 1 wheat away from the settle here. He needs 1 card. Yeah, he has an extra wood.
And that is the sheep, right?
Yeah. If you could trade a wood for a sheep here, he would get the 11-5-4 now. But if he doesn't get it, then anything can happen. He also actually, you know what would work really well here, to be honest, is just build 2 roads. Like his setup is only roads anyway. I think you can build 2 roads to defend the 5-4-11 forever.
Look is offering the 5-11-4 for sheeps.
Okay.
And Shanks seems is interfering.
That's very funny. Yeah, I mean, I think Luke could actually, the best play for Luke here would just be to just build 2 roads if you can't get the trade. Wow, Bruno actually does this trade. Something's happening. Now, why does Bruno do this? I assume that my sideline commentator, he is in the booth listening there right now. Looks like something's happening. I mean, Luke gets the settle right now. All he has to do is take that trade. He's got to click that button and he gets the 5-4-11, the best expansion in the game right now. He doesn't want to give the... Why doesn't he want to do this trade with Bruno? I'm super confused. I don't know what's going on here. He's a personal friend of yours. Kyle. Oh, so both of you Kyles. You're both Kyle and you're friends and you're in the same city. Is it a common name? I don't know anyone with that name until now. It feels like something that I don't understand the reason that this trade is not happening. I mean, it sounds like a deal has been made. Must have forfeited the fight. Yeah, it must be. But in that case, why not just do the trade? I mean, he literally can roll settle right now just by clicking this button. What's the question? There's no other trade that works. I guess he could also theoretically plow Shanks into the sheep port. Oh, that's interesting. There are actually variations here, aren't there? Sorry, this isn't something that... I mean, this is possible for Bruno to do, potentially, but that's... No, sorry, even now I'm confused. No, it literally, this is the only option. Interesting. And I wonder also, wouldn't Kyle Kaminari also want this trade? A wood for a sheep is actually not terrible. Just for getting I think the road is more important than the first development card, but... Let's wait for our reporter on the ground. We got it. I have faith. I'm excited. Eager to learn. 20 seconds left. Something's going to happen. Yeah, okay. Wow. That's so big. And it makes sense because, to be honest, like Luke could have already denied. What? Wow. The plot thing, the thick plottings. This is crazy.
Yeah, and the 11-5-4 is sold by 2 hours. The future.
Wow. 2 future ores from Bruno? I see.
Yes.
Okay, wow. Very interesting. So Shanks was also trying to get involved in that trade. What exactly was the context of that? I didn't understand.
Yeah, he interviewed a lot. He didn't want Bruno take the 11-4-5.
Okay.
And he was arguing that Bruno will get too strong too early in the game. And he even offered the 3-for-1 port. Mm-hmm. He said, you take the 11-4-5, and I give you the 8 port, the 3-for-1 port, and I will not try to...
Seems like a convincing deal to me.
Yes, I would take it.
Yeah.
But Bruno was a little upset with Shanks.
Yeah, understandable.
Intervening. Yeah. And he was arguing that Shanks is the one that would be strong.
Yeah, okay. Very interesting. So actually, I would tend to agree. It seems that Bruno getting the 5-4-11 here is going to solidify his road position. It's going to give him all 5, which Luke still would not have had. He would not have been making all 5 resources. Oh, that was actually a guaranteed brick steal from Luke. So, yeah, I suppose Kaio doesn't have good blocks on Shanks. Really, could have been the 8 wheat though. Could have been the 6 wood. Oh, he does a non-block deal with Bruno, gives him an ore. So now Bruno owes Luke 2 ore. So I suppose in this position you want to be playing for the wood port and the brick port. That would make sense. No, I do think that Bruno does get too strong with that because he gets such a good road game, and he already has a very good production setup. I mean, this setup can easily buy development cards, can easily build settles. He's good production, good city quality, a nice 3-for-1 port. I don't think he needs the help. I think Luke does.
Yeah, absolutely. He has two productions of our wheat sheep and good road also.
Yeah. Sorry, it's funny. It sounded like you said all wheat shit, which
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I don't like it either. I mean, you know.
Really bad, sorry.
No, it's funny, man. I feel the same.
Somebody would think that would be our wheat and brick.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay, I like this. I like this position for Bruno very much. It seems very advantageous. And Kaio's already dropped his first road, going to the 10 3-for-1 port. So actually what we notice in this game is a huge dependence on numbers, which is often the case in Catan, but in this game more than most. For example, Luke's game, completely owned by the 8. No 8s, no game, full stop. It's really that simple. And similarly, but not quite as effective, is the 10 for Kaio. He is investing quite heavily in this now. He's going to triple it by getting on the 10 on the 3-for-1. And once he builds his city, he's going to be making 4 brick on the 10, which is a road every time, or a dev, or a city. So there is real potential for the 8 or the 10 to be game-deciding rolls at any point. Something you got to look out for. Oh! What?
Wait, I'll try to understand.
You know what? I think maybe Rafa misunderstood the deal. It may actually be that Luke owes 2 ore after the 11-5-4, which is why he went for the 3-fund first, so he didn't have to pay out the ore first. I don't know. Maybe. We'll have to see. Okay. I'm very curious to get an update on this situation. Yeah, these guys have a lot of there's a lot of chaotic energy going on. You enter the chat, please, dude. I'm I'm so curious, and I know that between Shanks and Bruno already, there's gonna be some. They can both get pretty excited in games. I'm super curious. I mean, this could be anything. I have no idea. I don't know who's working with who's on whose side. Funky. And I will say though, Bruno going for this, I mean, it's still really good for him. And after Bruno drops the road, it's great for Luke to get on that 11-5-4. Don't know if I misspoke there. I actually don't like the 3-4-1 port first for Kaio though. I have to say, I think it is. I think I would have taken that last out of the 10-9 or the wheat port. Sheep for brick ore. It's a free card here? Insurance. Okay. Yeah, so I don't feel that the 3-for-1 port is actually super effective here for Kyle. I don't think this is a setup where you expect to port many cards through the 3-for-1. I think the wheat port could be highly effective, and the 10-9, balancing out your ore ratios maybe could be really good too. But I think I would go for the wheat port first. I don't know. They're all pretty good though. It's a good setup, so he's gonna be quite happy no matter what happens. Well, the game I told him to go to a 2-for-1. He said he likes 3-for-1 better. Yeah, no, okay. I mean, fair enough. I just think that, and I like a 3-for-1 too. I think 3-for-1s are great. This is, in my opinion, a position where the 3-for-1 maybe doesn't offer much. It really is only the 10, I think, that you're going to be 3-for-1ing. Whenever the ore rolls, you'd hope that you just build more cities or, buy a development card once you citied the spot. But in the grand scheme of things, he's going to need it for when the 10 rolls. It's going to be a pretty huge roll. This 10 is going to be a lot for him. By the end of the game, I expect he'll be making 5 brick on the 10. So that's a pretty big deal. It could even be 6, actually. If he does go here and then city, city 5, 8, 10, then city 3, 10, 11, that's 6 brick on the 10. yeah, that's useful for a 3-for-1 port, for sure.
Hey, I'm back. I think I got what happened.
Okay.
I got wrong. So Bruno will have the 2 ores from Luke, and so as the 4, 5, 11 was guaranteed, he went to the 8 3-for-1 port before. So Luke has bought the spot.
Yeah.
For 2 ores.
Very interesting. Okay, yeah. No, that makes sense now. Because there's something that you told me a deal happened, and then both of them built away from the 4, 5, 11. Super confusing. But now it does make sense. Okay.
Yeah, I got it wrong at the time, but
looks like Luke. Yeah, so Luke will get this settle. To be a good deal, a good settle for him. And okay. Yeah, I mean, I think this game, everyone's going to end up with pretty strong positions. I think, Bruno's only disadvantage is not even, he doesn't even need ore production, he just needs a city. I think getting a city on the 694 is going to be plenty. He can then potentially play for the 6-3 here at the bottom. Yeah, I think Bruno's probably going to have the toughest game, but it's not going to be by much. And if the 6s roll well, he'll be fine.
Yes, there is lacking wheat. When you look at the board, you don't think it will be like wheat, but there is not much production of it. The rolls.
Yeah, I mean this 8 is so crucial for producing wheat for everyone, pretty much.
Yeah, apart from Bruno. Said the number dependency.
Yeah,
it's really risky.
Definitely, 8 and 10 are huge, and then the 5. Once Luke settles on that 5, 11, 4, the 5 ore is going to be really impactful all the time. So it already is. Yeah. Very, very interesting. I mean, if the rolls stay weird, if lots of 3s and 6s roll, I think that could work really well for Bruno. Other people don't necessarily have consistently good rolls. We will see. Shanks asked you to call an 8. Washam! I did it. Got 22 viewers in the house across YouTube and Twitch. What's going on? Oh, and we just got a raid. Dandy Drew with the raid. 52 viewers. Thank you so much. we're currently casting an incredibly exciting game. This is historic. Currently in the booth, I have a top Brazilian player translating and commentating with me. We have the two-time and reigning Brazilian national champion, consecutive national champion, FM Shanks here, Felipe Maranya. We have Caio Caminari as yellow, who is going to Worlds next year. He was runner-up at Nationals this year. Luke Pedro and Bruno Itrahel, who is quite a strong player in the community online as well. And they're playing their round 4 out of, I think round 4 or 5 out of, this is the penultimate round. And all of them have some big playoff chances. So it's going to be pretty interesting. What's going on, Drew? I hope you guys had a good stream. Going to end off our Sunday night here with a pretty nice game. Some international Catan. And it's a pretty crazy board. Just look at these setups. Everyone's going to have a really good game. We've got some deals made. We've got Red, who's secured this 5-4-11 in exchange for giving two future ore to White. So lots going on here. This is a pretty stacked setup for White and for Shanks. For Caio in yellow here. You called the 8? There you go. Magic. Oh, what's going on, my guy? You speak Portuguese, very nice. And yes, this is the Brazilian Storm. Welcome, Dandy Crew. What's going on, Dandy Crew? It's me, Dandy Dav Bav. I do have a Catan freestyle rap, that's true. It is true. There it is. All right. So we do have a sideline reporter and co-commentator here, Rafa Pakichi. Wait, did I say that right?
Sorry. Yeah. Hi. Caio is trying to use port service from Shanks.
Okay. Yeah, sheep.
Gave sheep to produce wheat.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, that 695 city is going to be absolutely dominating for him. But he should actually, I think he might have it. Oh my god, I think that's actually just a city. I think we're about to see 695 city.
And now they're doing another deal.
Oh, okay. Luke is also over here. The 8 did roll, so he's going to be able to settle if he doesn't 7 out. I don't know if he holds the clean settle.
Yeah, I think Loki is giving something for insurance.
Okay. No. Oh, we have had a 12. When did that 12 roll? Was Bruno already on it? I don't think so. No. Okay. That was the first 8 of the game.
They are playing on classical speed.
Oh, for real?
Plenty of time, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know Shanks does like to talk as well. Walk it through. Yeah, I think the setups on this board are so explosive that, yeah, I expect that things will get very quick. Especially if Shanks is a city here. Do we have a city from Shanks though? Still don't know.
Yeah, probably. Bruno tried to stop from Loki giving 2 wheat for Shanks not getting the city.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Okay, it looks like this is an insurance deal. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, so basically trading a sheep into a wheat for Shanks, and he actually goes for a development card. Interesting. Okay, he passes.
Yeah, she needed two grains for the city.
Okay, so you're still 1 off. All right.
But it's still he got some value from the insurance.
Wow, big settle for Luke here. And now in this position, I mean, he has some really nice options. You can go for the 6-3 brick port. You could try to challenge for the wheat port. You can go for the wood port. Lots of really strong options. Even the 10-9 isn't bad, but I'd go for one of these ports every day of the week. Just makes the city quality so good.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would go for the 8 part.
The wheat port.
For the 6-3, yeah, the wheat part.
Wow, yeah. It's ambitious though, because Kaio will fight for it.
Yeah.
But super worth it if you can get it.
But you. I mean, the number dependency is worse if you go to the 8 part. You have only the 8, but once the 8 hits, you jackpot.
Yeah, that's true.
But maybe the right choice it would be the 6-3.
I think I lean towards 6-3 just a little bit for the just to have that extra number.
Yes.
And the brick is good. I mean, if you do that and you city the 8-5-10. You have a free card on the 4 and the 10 as well, which is pretty nice.
Yes, and in the late game, I think the brick part would be. So you probably want to buy devs or get city. So
yeah, I think yeah, Bruno not getting this 5-4-11 in the middle actually makes it really easy for Red to play for road here, I think Luke has the perfect setup to build roads, and he has the perfect ports to play a long-term road game, which means converting the wood and brick into useful stuff later. He can definitely do that. So I think actually after he gets onto the 6-3 or the wood port, he's going to become very strong very quickly. The first city is going to be catapult his threat level, I believe.
Yes, and thinking about space, the 6-3 you gain a lot of space too.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, now Shanks has bought a development card. Kaio is over. Bruno's gonna have the toughest game still. I don't know if he has enough unique value right now. Not even in terms of production, maybe. He wants the city. And he is owed 2 ore from red, so if that 5 or 11 pop, he's going to get it. If they don't, the game slows down for everyone. No city for Bruno, no ore for the other guys. That could really slow down the game. Well, if I could speak Brazilian, I would be in there myself all the time and trying to keep up with all the different chat, but I simply do not have that ability.
Caio is begging for insurance.
Okay.
Shanks and Bruno are trying to. No, look, don't give him insurance. They are trying to.
Looks like it's happening though.
The insurance.
A free sheep makes a lot of sense for Luke. Yeah, he is playing without sheep, so not bad at all. Okay. Wow, big 5, and actually that's an ore that Luke owes to Bruno. Yeah, I think if Kaio makes it back to his turn, he will city the 5-8-10. That's going to be a big game changer. Yeah, definitely a bit of a slow start on. There's a lot of detail going into the deal making and stuff, which is uncommon. I think these guys put a special emphasis on figuring out the best options and really taking the game seriously, which I appreciate actually. It's quite refreshing. It's not often. Typically, we do see kind of sloppy deals getting made, even at the highest level. It can often happen. So it's refreshing to see these guys really taking a minute to think, which. It might slow down the gameplay a little, but it's going to give us a really high quality end product. And already I think we're seeing the benefits of that. Bruno does concede the 5 for 11, but he's also going to get a city out of it. And it's going to slow down Luke as well. Kaio has got an insurance deal here, which is not pointless. Like, this is very much a good trade. It really is worth it for red to take a sheep here when he doesn't make it, and he really, really, really wants a 5th settle. Okay. Okay, so also ensures Kaio on taking a free ore for that. Wow. That looks like Kaio has enough ore. He doesn't even need to...
Shanks is starting to get a little upset
Okay.
because Kaio is getting too many insurance deals.
Right. Yeah. He's getting his city saved, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like Bruno's also going to build his city here, which is very bad for Shanks' pacing. Here we go. Oh. Wow. Oh, wow. Big roll, that's 11. Okay, so this orbit, I think everyone's going to city this turn. Apart from Shanks, probably. Yo, Mr. Lutzer, was geht? What's going on? Alright, yeah, now Kaio's going to undo his insurance trades. I don't know if he's going to gain cards or if those are free. But he's going to get some cards back in his hand. Okay, so the free sheep happens again. Again? It looks like Luke now actually has too much sheep, so he actually gave one away there for free. Big city for Kaio. I think this game could realistically end within the next in the 30 minutes, which is saying a lot because these guys I would expect to play normally slower than that. But with the cities that are about to drop here, it's going to be so impactful for the game speed. Especially this 5-8-10 is absolutely monstrous. Shanks really needs a 6-9-5 city really, really badly. He does have an interesting expansion here, potentially this 9-10. Expanding on his sheep investment, sheep port here, and getting on some brick as well. 3-1's really good though. I think it might just have to be the 3-for-1 for Shanks, just to get rid of all this wood, you know. Let's see, Bruno being Itrahel probably does build a 6-9-4 city this turn as well. I think Luke has traded ore away already. And he's just rolled another one, so I suppose he's going to trade that one too. It may actually take him a bit longer to city than I thought. And losing this 4 roll, having this be blocked is hugely impactful. That's actually the biggest possible roll that he has right now, apart from the 8. Arguably even better than the 8, just because it allows him to get onto the 6-3 so quickly. Which I think is a total game changer. Or the wood port, either of them, so good. He has really incredible outs here, and the longer the game goes on, the more cities he builds, basically, the better his setup is going to get. Sounds like an obvious thing to say, but it's the case where every single city is massive, and every single port makes each city even more valuable, and it just builds on itself so easily. Really, really nice position to have. So, yeah, he concedes his first 2 ore in the name of securing the spot. And it's interesting, he didn't need to do that. He actually did have 2 roads in hand. He could have built 2 and secured it. He could have just locked over the spot and made no deal. But he avoids that whole situation. I don't know. Personally, I don't know if I would want to give away 2 ore here. I probably wouldn't. We're just seeing what it does to the pacing here. I think Luke's going to be fine because the setup is good. But he also had complete leverage. I mean, he could have just taken the spot anyway. There's no way he would have lost it there if he wanted to really have it. Yo, Julia, what's going on? Yeah, I think, yeah, this could have been avoided potentially for Luke, but he has such a good spot, he should be fine.
Bruno just gave 1 free sheep to Shanks to don't 7-0.
Yep, some insurance here. A lot of insurance going on.
Yeah, that's not insurance, just a free sheep.
Okay. Yeah, okay. But also insurance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think Bruno does have a city in hand here. He's actually going to get an all traded right now. There you go.
Yes, that is an R from the beginning, the setting up phase deal.
Yeah, the placements.
Yeah, the placements.
Okay. So Luke has now got rid of all of his ore, and Bruno has a city. So that is quite interesting. So I was just saying, I don't know if you heard that, Rafa, but I thought it was interesting. You know, Luke makes this deal where he guarantees the 11-5-4, but he gives away 2 of the ore at the same time. And I thought that was interesting because he actually did have 2 roads. He could have guaranteed this spot defensively by building 2 roads and never have to make any deal. You know.
Yeah, I think he was worried about the 3-4-1 port. So he secured the 11-5-4 with the deal and went to the.
That's true. He didn't go there first. Yeah.
Yeah, but he had the deal with Shanks on the table. Shanks wouldn't fight for a 3-4-1, and he would take the 11-5-4.
I think it's going to work out really well for Luke anyway.
Yeah.
Seems like a great position. What's going on, Sunset? Very nice message there. Cool.
Shanks is trying to avoid the insurance from Bruno.
Oh, okay.
Bruno is getting mad with him. He's saying he is BTT. So.
Oh no, not built at 10. Everyone builds to 10 in Catan. You know that?
Yes.
It's the only goal.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right. Is that a term that you use in Portuguese, that you'll say, I am BTT? You'll say that?
Yes, we say we are BTT. BTT, yeah.
That's funny.
Build to 10.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's funny that there's a kind of an English thing that transferred over. Yeah, okay. BTT all around the world, yes.
Yeah, we use in our community BTT as the victory.
I think that was... hello.
Just a general concept, yeah.
Okay. So they are still debating, it looks like, whether to do insurance here.
Yes, they are still debating about the insurance.
Okay, here we go. So there's going to be a road going somewhere. Okay.
Well, I think there is one thing interesting to say, that Shanks and Bruno, they are, like I said, ambassadors of Catan here in Brazil. They talk a lot about creative deals and not the basic agreements.
Yeah.
You know, they say the nationals. I didn't participate the last nationals, but they say the nationals, the level of the players were not that great. There were not much creative deals, and we are seeing this is a reality that is changing.
Yeah.
A lot. We are gaming up. You know, we have now strong players that don't play champs.
Yeah.
But you will probably see the next months more Brazilian players getting the champs leagues.
Awesome.
And
yeah. And I think
now this leveling up is biting Shanks and Bruno.
Yeah, now the players are so good
Yes,
that
yeah.
you can't win anymore. Yeah. Good night, Drew. Thank you. CPI is real. CPI is real. Yeah, okay, so Luke going for this wood port here, I think that could be really strong. It's if he doesn't have the 2 roads in hand, I think it's pretty safe to go for. And it's going to help him build his city a lot quicker. You know, he really is looking at that 5 to roll. So by the time that you get onto this wood port, a 5 is effectively, you know, half a city. Just 2 5s in anything else, and you just instantly city, which should really build on itself very quickly. I think Luke can actually become totally unpreventable with really just a couple of cities here. It's quite shocking. I'd say compared to anyone else, I feel that he has by far the best late game position, and it's not close. Like 695 city is pretty good for Shanks. Like, it's a very good city, and Kyle has a great city on the 5-8-10. But I would argue that neither of those compare to what flexibility and production Luke is going to have once he gets on this. You know, gets on this brick port later. Amazing roll potential. I mean, every expansion is just good. Like, you really can't go wrong with woodport brick ports. You don't need the sheep. That much is clear. Everyone is willing to give away free sheep for insurance or just even in trades. I mean, any of these expansions are good enough. These are all valid options after the wood port happens, and you build a city. You could do any of these and be very strong.
Yes, for sure. I'm thinking here the 10-9 brick wheat for Luke, maybe a good defense from Kyle, because Kyle can get really strong.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, I personally really like the wood port, just to make that 5 so powerful. But yeah, you have to make a choice with the 5th settlement.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I like these 2-for-1 ports. I think it just makes it very easy to end the game. Let's see here. The Shanks actually... Is he settling here? He looks like he might settle. Oh, big city. Okay. Okay, the game's going. Wow. Huge. And what does red even block? Red does not have good blocks in this game. I like the 6. 6 wood looks good too.
Bruno is saying I'm BTT.
Okay, good. Good. I suppose everyone's going to say that this game. Yeah, that is helpful. Yeah, I mean, Bruno, he's right though in some part about he does have the most difficult position to play. I feel the expansions are not amazingly valuable. The ports aren't amazingly valuable. The resources aren't amazingly valuable. So he's kind of limited, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I think if you block this, you probably should hit Shanks because he.
Yeah, Shanks that just has sheep.
Yeah, this is not an effective block on Shanks at all.
Yeah. I think the 9 solo block would be.
The 9, I mean, I think the 6 wood is not a terrible thing. It's quite a lot of cards still. It's big for Bruno. It's quite big for Shanks. Yeah, but even the 9 isn't terrible. It's kind of difficult. I think knowing Shanks, so if you solo block him here, he's never going to let you forget it. Because everyone else is on 4 with a city or a dev, you know, it's kind of difficult. I actually don't feel confident. Shanks has a very strong position, just kind of generally. It's gonna be really active and be able to build more cities and development cards. But for some reason, I don't actually feel like it's super dominant on this board when everyone has such strong positions. I think it's hard to say it justifies a solo block for me. Just Luke doesn't share any. Luke's on all the good hexes, so there's nothing really to block apart from solos.
Yeah. Just the sheep part is kind of scary.
Yeah, it is strong. I mean, you know, as Kaio, I think you could almost consider blocking the 5-or yourself, just because it's so strong for those guys.
Yeah,
But
that crossed my mind.
yeah,
Even that's more because if the roles is 5, the other 2 players that share the 5 produces 2, and he only produces 1.
yeah. I mean, you still benefit on the 5 just from having the wood, but it's difficult to do that. I mean, look, Bruno will do it now. He will definitely. There you go. Yeah. Okay. I prefer to hit the guy with 7 cards here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna get some water quickly. Okay.
Bruno is trying to get some value from trades.
Ooh, that's that 6. That's Bruno's role. That is arguably his best role for this whole game forever. Now, what do you think is actually the game plan for Bruno here? How would you play his position? Because I do think that it's going to be quite difficult, probably the most difficult out of anyone. What do you think would be important to prioritize?
I think I will try to fight for army, but if I got the 6 and the 4 rows, try to secure the 6-3. 6 report.
Yeah.
That would be a game changer.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Nice. Yeah, some extra value on the 4 there, and improve that 6 as well, which is huge part of his game.
Yeah, because with the wood and brick production, he would eventually have a sneaky road, but I wouldn't rely on that.
No.
Yes, and try to get the 6-3 and to buy the abs.
Yeah. Okay, like that.
Even before the city on 6-11. Because our production is so low.
Yeah. Yes, just the 12. Yeah. Okay. Now it goes in the 8, and it probably is the guy with the city. I think. Yeah. There you go. That adds up. This is not going to be your typical Catan game. I should have said that at the front, but yeah, this is not only in terms of the effort that they're putting into maintaining kind of the quality of the game, but also just how long it's going to take. This is going to be a much more intentional Catan game than most of the ones that you will see anywhere. Really tactical, very focused. These guys are super locked in, and they have everything to play for here within their own format. Their debut season of this, the first edition of this league. All of them have chances for playoffs. So it's lots to play for here, and we see another death from Shanks. Okay, I know that Shanks is someone who preaches being hyper aware of win conditions as well. Which is right. I mean, you should be if you're trying to win. So very curious to see how the road gets managed here, because as far as I can see, Bruno might have to end up being the road competition. Simply put, it doesn't seem easy for anyone else to contest Luke otherwise. I gotta say, no matter, still at this point now, I'm pretty bullish for Luke. In the setup, I think he has a lot going for him. It's a really nice position after the wood port. I think we'll see a city effectively appear immediately, and after that things get messy, because then he can, if he does get the 6-3, that's big. That hurts Bruno a lot, and I think that pretty much just wins you the game. There's Luke here. It's pretty nuts. Also got to consider which city is actually better, because 8-5-10 is huge, and 5-4-11 is also huge. Genuinely, 5-4-11 probably gives you an instant second city. 8-5-10 might take a little bit longer, but it also helps you get another settle really quickly. So tough call.
Yes, and Luke has so much space with the desert and the two sheep.
Yeah.
There is like a great region.
Lots of space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, big 4. Okay. That's probably going to be the settle for Luke here. But he's got to wait a whole orbit. Wow. Actually does insurance deal Bruno on 10 cards, and the 4 just rolled. He's probably going to go 6-3 now. Is my guess.
Yeah, he might even settle.
Yeah, he might. He got to be close.
He's trying to get a brick.
Okay.
A third brick, probably.
Okay.
He just already said he's going to 6-3 now.
Okay, yeah, so he definitely has it in hand, the 2 roads. Not sure about the settle, though. Yeah. Yeah, well, I like here. Oh, sorry, yeah.
He is even considering to go to 6-2 because he could road settle to 9-2.
Okay.
And getting a little economy.
Yeah.
To another city. To another settle. Sorry.
Yeah, that is interesting. I do think that the power of the 6-3 is important, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the brickport's nice, and actually improves with 3.
Good. That was good consideration.
Yeah.
But I don't think there is compensation.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure if it's worth it. Yeah. Okay, so with all the different deals that have been made, I feel that the position right now is very balanced, extremely balanced, actually, which is good. Bruno is now entering a position where he can contest road, and importantly, the discussion about that brickport is not just relevant to Luke. It's not just relevant to Bruno's game, but also very relevant to Luke's game, who would love to get onto this brickport as a 6th settlement after the settle in the city, I think. So this does reduce options for a player who I think is otherwise too strong. I do think that. So yeah, 3 for an ore. Okay, a little greedy there. I think could have gone for the settle. I guess he didn't have the settle clean, but he couldn't get what he wanted here, so he's having to hold. Now, do you not hit the 4 brick? That's the question. I mean, do you ever hit the 8 wheat for Shanks? I feel like 4 brick is probably better. I'm not too worried about Shanks right now. The 8 wheat is not an effective block either. 6. Okay. In which case I would hit Bruno, I suppose. It does hit Shanks, okay. Not unreasonable. Alright, so we're starting to enter the mid-game here. Or I suppose we are in the mid-game because we are only a few steps away from a potential endgame situation. Wow, huge 5 for Pedro. I mean, this could be a potential Settle City play if he hits another 5 and an 8. That could easily be Settle City for red here. That would be game-changing. That would begin the endgame for sure. I'll say otherwise, no one else is in that position to do that. Shanks is nowhere near. Bruno is potentially getting close to a road play, but it's slow right now. I think Luke could genuinely get into a winning position if this, at the end of this turn, be able to start threatening winning outs. That's very scary. Yeah, my money's on Luke the whole way here. Just to take a quick look at the standings here, Luke Pedro is currently in 4th on the table. He's got 2 wins. Yeah, getting a win here would catapult him into 2nd in the table. That would be huge. That would be really big for him. Okay, all for wood with Shanks. Wants to give wood for brick with Luke, who will still do it because it's going to help his wood port play. And we get a road down here from Kyle. Not a huge deal. Now, does Shanks play a knight? Does Shanks have a knight? Oh, wow. Big roll for Kyle there. 4 brick on the 10, just as we talked about earlier. And Bruno... Sorry, not Bruno, I mean Luke. Has a stacked hand here. Year of Plenty from Shanks. What is this, a city? Wow. Okay, here we go. Nothing's getting interesting. If Luke doesn't 7 here, end game starts now.
I think Kyle has great chances.
Oh man! Did you see that roll that Luke? I mean, Luke's holding 13 cards here. This is gonna be yeah, this is gonna be difficult.
Yeah.
The 5 did roll though. I mean, Kyle has a great hand as well. I feel like because of this easy road game, Luke can play for a win very soon, and it doesn't seem like anyone else can do that within the next couple of turns, which is a very interesting dynamic. I mean, I think Luke might even have a city here. 4 cities longest road? He doesn't even need 4. You could just settle city road, settle take road, and find another 2 points, right? It's very easy for Luke to build points here. He can really go anywhere. And because this, he might even have the wheat port in hand. Holy moly. He could potentially take the wheat port here from Kyle.
Yes, that would be very, very, very good for him. But I'm just looking to Kyle's position, and it is also good because he can fight for army still. I think he can produce his army even easier than Shanks.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he's going to 10-9 defensively to take away from Lucas. But if I were Kyle, I would definitely guarantee the 8 porch.
Okay, yeah. Oh wow, a development card and a settle for Luke here. Pretty scary. And I think the city, Donkey. I think the city is 5 for 11 first. Yeah, I agree. I think you hit 1-5 and you instantly build a second city, which is way too strong. Luke builds 1 city and effectively starts the end game, so it's just that. Nice. He's in a good spot here. If he can get a city by next turn, I think it might not end up close at all. It's possible.
Yes.
He's just such a powerful setup.
And he also can delay the road as much as he wants. There's no
yeah. No pressure.
There's no denial for yeah.
Yeah, there's no real road competition at all. I mean, and yeah, it's such a dominant position to have with this road game. And I think this is probably the biggest consideration about the 11-5-4 is it completely denies Bruno the ability to play for road, cheaply.
Look at the 5.
Wow. Yeah, I think. Yeah. I don't know, man.
The lumber parts are really strong.
I think the game might end soon. Like, Luke's position is crazy after the city. It's really crazy. And all the cities are so good, 8-5-10 is amazing. 5-4-11 is amazing. Even 8-4-3 is a good city. Like, all right. Also, Kaio is on 12 cards here. I mean, it looks like without a 7, he's going to be able to build a settle and buy a development card at least. It should be good for him. He could go to 6 points, could approach army, which he definitely needs. A lot of production. That 5-8-10 is really delivering results. The 10 has started to roll this game. The 5 has been very strong. 5 is the best number this whole game. And the 8 is approaching as well. Okay. So I think the longest game that I commentated this year was something like, it was like 2 hours and 5 minutes or something. Let's see if these guys can beat it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's possible. I know Shanks has played some very long games before.
that's possible. I think the game is getting to the game end.
Yeah.
We are right in the middle, but
Yeah. You know, we're very solidly in the mid game, but the end game, I think the end game literally will start with Luke building a city.
yeah, I think Luke won't let the end game to delay so much.
Yeah.
Because he will get like he's getting exponentially strong. So
Yes.
I think the end game will not be so long.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's going to be, you know, I think we can expect to see some really disgusting road plays here, where basically they have to feed Bruno road just off the 4. Like, the 4 makes 2 brick for Bruno and 2 wood for Shanks, and they just have to try and make those roads every time. It doesn't seem like a consistent way to defend the winning condition there, so I feel pretty confident about Luke's game here. There's also no devs on the table. There's no mono in play. There's no, you know, lots of knights or anything. It's currently the players do not have much control over the outcome of the dice roll. They can't really block much. They can't steal cards. Wow, Settle City for Kyle.
Settle City.
Very nice. Now if Luke can dodge a 7 here. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so Shanks has bought another development card. Looks like he doesn't have a knight. No, Luke, I think a 5, an 8, or a 4 are all a city here. Oh, interesting. Does he have it? He must have it. I feel like he has it. He still has wheat in hand. He settled dev last turn. Gotta be close. I think the only way to lose here as Luke is to buy development cards, honestly. And even maybe you can still win, but it seems like a much less consistent way. With a city, it's very easy to play the end game. Oh, is it? He only. Oh wow! He didn't even need to port twice. Wow. Hola. ¿Cómo vai? Says, so your child would also like to commentate Catan. It's I can offer her or him an internship. Do some Catan training. Raise the next Brazilian generation.
Next Brazilian generation.
Yeah.
Right here by my side, my son is.
Let's go. Let's go. Have you played Catan with him ever before?
Sorry.
Have you played Catan with him yet?
With whom? Sorry.
With your son?
With my
Yes.
son? No, not really.
Okay.
He started getting. We are playing some simpler games already.
Yeah. Cool.
So Catan is on the way.
Very nice. Yeah, if you can get the Catan Junior and beat him 100 times until he learns. That's a good.
Definitely, I will get it.
Yeah, it's gonna be like one of those, you know, that moment where you beat your parents at chess for the first time or something. It's like you feel like you became a genius. You know, you unlock the game.
Yeah, the first.
First win.
Big. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's already starting to play chess.
Oh wow, cool. Yeah, that's really good for the building, like the neural pathways in that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good training. Nice.
They're discussing the to feed the road for Bruno.
Yeah, it's so difficult because like Luke can literally have rolls here to road settle to win.
Yeah.
If he has a victory point in hand, he literally just builds one road, take road, builds one road, and settles, and that could be the game. And no one's ready for that.
Yeah, he will have to port 3-4-1 to get one road.
Yeah. Wow. Ouch. And And actually, the situation I predicted earlier did come true, which is that Kaio ended up making 6 brick on this 10 by fully investing in it as much as possible. So yeah, if the 10 ever actually rolls in this end game, it is completely game changing. Like, it's so many cards, and they're all for him. So you're making 6 cards in one roll is absolutely insane, even if it's all brick.
Yes.
Yeah, wow. I gotta say, I think in the mid game it looked like it was going to be close, and then the more I looked at Red's position, it just they just look so strong. It's really difficult to work against it. It's this road dynamic. It's really all about road here.
Yes. I mean, secondly, Kaio's position, the yellow player, is not that bad.
No,
he
not
doesn't have army competition, but he can eventually buy devs and build settle city and
like you said. I mean, so what I would do probably as Kaio is buy 1 or 2 development cards. I mean, until you get a victory point or a monopoly or a road builder or something, and then it's actually quite. I mean, it is quite reasonable to win without army at all. You can just city on the 10s twice, go up to 8 or 9 points, and then build a road settle to win the game.
Yes, look if he gets road builder and builds a settle on 2 desert.
Oh,
he stops the road building.
My God, Luke could literally win right now.
He kills the road, you know.
Yeah. Oh man, sorry, Julio in chat, who made the Peruvian final tables. So hard to block. Only white can block the 5, or exactly. Yeah, no one ever blocks the 5 here. He's double 8 wheat. Yeah, he's huge. 5 and 8 is probably the win. Yeah. So I think actually, Rafa, I think if the 5 rolls, we may just be looking at the end of the game.
Probably.
Yeah, very possible. That 4 is huge. But
the only thing could balance the table would be consecutive 7 outs.
Yeah, or a mono. Potentially a monopoly would be big too.
Yeah, as a mono for
oh my God. Yeah, it has to be the 5 here. Okay. Wow. Okay, so it's interesting. We did talk about this 4 roll, the idea that it technically produces 2 rolls for the resistance, shall we say, the the anti-Luke alliance, but it rolled 1 turn too late, so Bruno could not take road, and now there's a real chance of the game ending. Potentially an 8 roll could, I don't know if maybe City in a road could also end the game. Yeah. If he's on 7, 1 road, 1 city. Crazy. Yeah, I don't think Shanks has
they can effectively deny the road for Lucky. That's not that hard.
Yeah.
Because he has space, but he can be easily
limited.
His space can be denied.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's all a matter of what happens this turn. I think there is a legitimate chance of Luke winning instantly, but he might just play a knight, and that would change everything. So we don't know. We don't know. I'm very curious now. I'm very curious. This is it's definitely a great game. I want it to get closer. I feel like Luke might have it. We'll see. Now 7 brings us back to square one. That could actually really reset the game for a second here. Let's see it.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky probably really have it, but Shanks in long games, yeah, it's always surprisingly good.
Yeah, definitely.
He will have the army for sure. So 7-8, and if he has 1 VP already, he's almost on 9. So he's dangerous.
Yeah, so this is a position where I think I really would have just hit the 9 sheep. I don't think the 6 wood does very much. Yeah, I think Shanks is probably the biggest threat on the radar right now. Yeah, this feels like a reasonable solo. But Luke's definitely not winning this turn. But he could go to 9, which could be interesting.
Yes.
He's now traded some. So Shanks has traded some wood into Bruno's hand here, which means that Bruno probably will be able to take road. Probably go to 8 points actually with an open settle. So based on how that road is managed, we could see the game really slow down actually. It hits Shanks and the roll. Here you go. Even taking more time on the roll. Okay, let's see. So Luke actually currently has more cards than the rest of the players combined. No longer. But,
yeah.
It was true for a second. Okay. Yeah, interesting. I mean, the 6 is also a road for Bruno, actually. The 3 wheat and 1 wood every time. Yeah, block helped. Oh. Does he have to settle here? It's a risky business, a risky play. Oh. Okay, very interesting. Wow. So this is a moment where Bruno might want to find a way to get onto that 2 sheep.
Yes.
I think that could be a big deal.
I think they will try. They're trying to plow the 2 desert.
Yeah.
But I don't think they will have cards enough.
It would take a lot. It would take a lot.
Yeah, he will have to use the port, the 3/4 port.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle has actually like no cards. He has a wheat and 2 ore in hand, so he's never trading that. And Shanks is holding 3 sheep and a wood or something. I mean, it's not a great hand either. We'll see. It might be possible. 2 sheep? Yes, 2 sheep is the name of the game. That's true.
2 sheep, yeah.
2 sheep, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, and in every trade, whenever someone doesn't want to take 1 sheep, you just always offer 2 because why not? You know you don't need it.
The 2 sheep must decide the game.
Yes. Often it does, often. All right. Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, they might be able to make it happen, but it would pretty much take every card on the table, I feel like. And actually that 6 block probably did make the difference. I think actually the 6 block prevented that plow from happening.
Yeah,
just having 3 extra wood between them.
They're counting cards now.
Okay.
Bruno needs 2 lumber and 1 brick.
Okay. Yeah, well, exactly. And Shanks is holding 3 sheep and maybe 1 wood, and Kyle is literally holding only wheat and ore. So,
yes.
Yeah, I don't know. And more importantly, also this means that Luke building those 2 roads there means that Bruno cannot take road this turn either, which could have been a play, which is no longer an option. It's scary
They
here.
will not get the plow now.
No, okay.
But they decided to start building roads.
Okay. Yeah, you have to. Then you go around the bottom onto the 6-2, open up the settle. I think it's good. I think it makes sense for Bruno. You build up to 5 roads. Because the problem is, if you try to go for the sheep now, the 2 sheep settle, even if you could take it, your road would be shorter as well. You would lose a road. So you wouldn't be able to take road regardless on that turn. Yeah, it's scary. If you can't take that set away from red, he has really legitimate chances of winning by next turn. He's currently holding, 2 ore, brick, wheat, and something. Yeah, he could definitely win.
Yeah. he said like, as you are not feeding me everything, I won't get anyway, so I will buy that.
Oh, he went this way. Why is he going that way? Now that road I really don't like.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go there that way.
How unusual. Is he looking to take the wheat port away from Kyle? I am actually really confused. That doesn't seem right at all.
I think the game you won't last till the.
Yeah, that is very curious. So Kyle potentially has the army play over Felipe here. It is. Oh, wow, that 10 is literally 6 brick. That's so crazy. Huge. Kyle just holding 6 brick in hand. Wow. Yeah, Luke not hitting any rolls. I don't think he will be able to. He should not be able to win here at all. Yeah, wow. So Shanks actually didn't have a knight there, which means that Kyle could take the army next turn. Game could end.
Sorry, I didn't listen.
So,
I was listening to
so it looks like Shanks does not actually have a knight. At least not a playable knight this turn. So he bought a new one, and I think that means that Kyle probably has good chances to get army next turn.
Yes.
It looks like.
Yes. Yeah. He probably got army. And I don't know. Let's see. No monos, no roads until now. So.
Yeah, quite a boring development card game so far. Yeah, it's interesting because it just does come down to a lot of tactical kind of settlements and production decisions. We're not seeing many exciting development cards.
Yeah, look the mono potential with so many cities already.
Yeah.
In the game.
And a very good 2-for-1 ports as well. You have the brick port, you have the wood port, you have the wheat port, the sheep port. This board offers us really strong ports.
Yes, things can get interesting anytime.
All right, Shanks is figuring out what to do here. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like the game is actually going to end up extremely close then. Just by Luke not actually being able to roll onto his 9th point. He will not take it. All right, there's the settle. Oh man.
Yeah.
I think he must be close. And I know he holds ore as well. So actually, oh my god, I think he's 1 card off the win. I think he's literally holding brick, 2 wheat, 2 ore here.
Yes, I think that might be a mistake. I probably wouldn't do the settle.
Interesting.
The 2 sheep. Okay. I probably would try to defend the road. I think they will feed Bruno.
Brick mono would be insane here. Yeah, brick mono for Bruno would be absolutely insane. Oh my god. Yeah, Kaio is holding 12 brick and Luke is also holding a couple. My god, if Bruno actually has a mono here, I think it is the only way for him to win from this spot, basically.
Yes.
I mean, theoretically, he could also like do take road and something. But yeah, we'll see. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, Kyle currently holding 16 cards. Very nice hand. It's one of those where if you're playing in real life, every time the 10 rolls, you just have so many cards to hold. He's literally holding like 16 cards. I mean, where do you put them? It's crazy.
Yeah.
And actually, if he has a knight, if Kyle has a knight here, he could win. For sure.
Yes. he could settle on the port. So he goes to 9. And Bruno is saying, if you not feed me at once, I will keep buying devs.
Oh, nice. Okay. The road?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I don't think Kyle has any extra break. He can't trade it. Yeah, Julio saying you put the extra cards in your pocket to avoid 7ing out. Nice. It's funny. It looks like no mono from Bruno here, but yeah, it's tough. I mean, if you can't get roads here, the game ends.
Imagine 10 next row.
Oh my god.
For Kyle.
It wouldn't even work.
That would be lacking 1.
Yeah, he wouldn't
break.
Or lacking 2 even, because red also makes 1.
Yes, you're right.
So Kaio's saying he doesn't want to help the road because he can win next turn. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, Kyle can really win next turn. I think a 5 or a 10 probably. No, not a 10 anymore, but a 5 could win the game. This is a very nice trade, a classic Catan trade. Little 1 for 8.
If Kyle has a mono, in the 6 or the 4 rows,
yeah,
he could also go for a road.
Yeah, definitely. Road is not super strong here. 6 roads is not a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bruno just promised not to take the port.
Okay.
Kyle said. So Kyle can feed him.
Right.
I was afraid to Bruno take the 8 port.
What concerns me is that Luke has a lot of space to play for road, and Bruno really doesn't. He can't get a very long road here, but I guess he can at least take it for now. And if he has 2 victory points, what's going on here? He's building 3 rows, maybe. All right, does take road, and yeah, this is an unfortunate road here. Like long term, this will give him a longer road overall, but for right now, this keeps the risk there that Luke can win with road and a city. Scary.
Yes, that probably gives some time for Kaya or Shanks.
Yeah, so Donkey asking in chat, why did Kaminari give away the Brook if he has winning rolls? Well, interestingly, he wouldn't have been able to roll the 8. Oh my god. So he wouldn't even be able to roll the 10 if he didn't trade away Brick, which is funny. So he basically has the same hand here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there is obviously the risk if you don't hit your winning roll, and I guess it might have been 5 or 11. If you don't hit that roll, then red has much, much higher chances to win. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know if Kyle can win now.
Maybe. I mean, it's got to be. Wow, he's got a lot of cards here. Really a lot. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Does he? Did he have enough? Did he already have a wood? Surely not. Wow. Oh, he is settling. Oh my god, how close is he? Does he have it?
I don't know, maybe Dev.
Oh man. And now this is really tough for Shanks, if assuming the game doesn't end here. Yeah, Shanks is gonna have to play for Omni. So he's gotta block Kaio. Simple. Oh wow, he doesn't even do it.
He has a knight.
Yeah, okay. Well, in which case I think it has to go on the 8 wheat.
8 wheat is...
Yeah. 8 wheat looks like it probably will win the game. Yeah. On
yes,
Luke.
or another 10.
So actually, a 5 is almost winning for Luke as well. I mean, it will give him 2 roads, I believe, and almost a city. He's got to be super close. Yo, Liam, what's going on? Okay.
I think he has almost city on hand already.
Kaio? Yeah, he had ore already for sure. He must be really close. I feel like he may have been 1 or 2 cards off. Okay. Yeah, getting the army out here where Shanks wasn't able to pull the knight early, that was huge. That gave Kaio a really nice opportunity here. Now he's looking like the favorite, but also Bruno could be on 9 with settled to win. This is possible. Kaio said he was missing 1 card. Wow.
Yeah, they're discussing where the knight goes. Shanks has a knight. I think he should goes on 8 with H.
Yo, Coco Funks, what's going on? Wow. Big showdown. So could you explain quickly how the playoff format... Oh! Whoa! Wow, maybe Shanks can take road here. Almost. I mean, probably not, but almost. Could you give some quick explanation for how the playoff system works? So after this week, does everyone still get 1 more game? Or is it based on the rankings now that people get eliminated?
The first phase of the league, there is 6 rounds. Mm-hmm. This is the 5th, so there is 1 more round.
Okay.
The 5 first rounds were sorted like randomly, and the 6th round will be on sweet system. So the first players will confront the first players, and the last players will confront the last players.
Okay.
What else? I think the 3 or 4. Wait a minute. Let me just recall.
Yes, I see on the standing sheet. It looks like there is top 3 probably in like some 3. Kind of final or something.
Yeah, after round 6, the standings will be final for playoffs. So the first 3 are guaranteed in finals, and there is 1 more semifinal.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so this is going to be really big. So Kaio. So actually, sorry, no. Pedro getting a win here would be huge. Same goes for Shanks. So Luke and Shanks obviously way ahead with 2 wins. Whereas if Bruno or Kaio cannot pick up a win here, it seems like it's going to be pretty difficult for them to make it to the semifinals.
Yes, with 2 wins, you can go. It's not guaranteed, but you can go for finals. With 3 wins, it's almost guaranteed. It's guaranteed you go for finals, but it's not guaranteed you get the top 3.
Yeah. Okay. If Kaio wins, I'm going to fight with him for a spot in the semis, says the other Kaio. Kaio SM.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I see. That'll be interesting. I mean, these are games that I would like to watch all of them. It's cool that that Bruno is casting them mostly.
Yes.
Ooh. I mean, Bruno could really be on 9, but I think he's not. Because if he really was on 9 points and just needs to settle to win, he wouldn't have built that road to the 6-2. He would just extend by and go to 8 roads, you know? Yeah. It wouldn't have made sense for him to build the road that way.
Yes, indeed.
Now
to secure, but
I mean, if he really was on 9, I think you just build the longest possible road and hope to settle by the next turn, and that's good. That's a very easy way to win. No, he has a knight here, and maybe I assume he has 1 victory point. I think. So actually, in this position,
I think so.
He can then potentially settle on the 3 and then road settle on the 6-2, and that could be the game. I suppose you go for the 6-2 first because you extend your road as well. Yeah, he hits the 8, which is interesting, and the 8 is actually winning for Kaio. Oh, wow! The 5 looks better, but I don't think it's the 5. I think it is the 8, because the 5 doesn't actually win for Kaio, the 8 was winning. Wow, okay. So Shanks doesn't play a knight, Army's not getting chased, but Shanks potentially on 8 points here, looking for maybe City Dev to win.
Yes, maybe he was after points for the final standings.
Well, even now he's not far off the win. I don't think he has a knight, Shanks. So,
well, he declared he has a knight, but
true, but I thought that was earlier. I thought that was when he played his second knight. Maybe I have it wrong.
No, he has declared he has a knight.
There you go. GG. Nice pop to win. Wow, he had exactly the right number of cards to do it. Crazy.
Yes.
GG.
Bruno said Luke was really strong. I said maybe Kai has some potential, and maybe that settle on 2 sheep was a mistake.
Could be, indeed. Really, yeah. Wow, great game there. Ended up really close, and Shanks is actually holding. He is holding a knight. No, he remains with a knight. Yeah, damn. Yeah, I guess he was playing for points then, because otherwise it makes sense. You try and you buy a knight, you play a knight, you buy a knight, and you try and win next turn with Army. Wow. All right. Yes. Looks like both of the Kaio will be playing against each other in the semis. Or for a spot in the semis.
Nice.
Yeah, great game.
David, thank you for the opportunity. It's an honor to be here with you.
Hey man, I feel the same.
I hope to have helped something here.
Yes, definitely. You gave me lots of insight. I really appreciate you taking the time and giving me some insight and helping improve this stream. So yeah, thank you so much, and good luck in your next games as well.
Thank you very much.
All right. GG. What a beast. Okay, how long was this game? 1 hour 50. All right. Great. Yes, indeed. Well, just as much as Rafa was happy to have been involved, I'm very much honored to have been able to represent and get involved with the Brazilian Catan Premier League. Obviously, some amazing players, great community. I'm really curious to see how this all develops and to see even how this season goes for those future ones. I'm even trying to learn a bit of Portuguese, but I won't make any promises because it's quite difficult. But yeah, it does actually genuinely interest me. So, I'm thinking about it. But yes, very cool. I'm happy we got to watch this game. This is a great example of what happens when players, really, really lock in and try to make the best decisions all the time, which you see, I wouldn't say you see that all the time, honestly. So it's very cool. Great game here, great positions. I really liked how this worked out, and a lot of fun for me. Huge honor to be involved. So yeah, thank you for coming by, everyone who did watch today. Now I'm going to be live next week on 3 occasions, I believe. We will have some King of Catan stuff coming up at some point. yeah, next week there will be some semi-finals for King of Catan. So I'll be back, and yeah, until then, I'm gonna be grinding YouTube content to bring you some cool stuff. So without further ado, I'm gonna disappear. Shanks did tell me that I could come in and do some questions, but it could take a really long time, and I am quite tired. But yeah, it was cool getting a lot of insight from the guys. GG's, and I will be back. I don't know, probably tomorrow. Probably figure something out tomorrow. All right, peace out. Have a good Sunday. Have a good Sunday night. Bye.